Hello, hello, my beloved waking gods and goddesses. Welcome to my new YouTube channel, Love, Truth, and Beauty. Do it yourself for divine in the flesh, where our PTSDs, our pains, traumas, suffering, and dramas are golden gateways to waking up and staying awake. Where together we learn how to navigate the ups and downs of the totality of human experience in this perception-managed reality, having discovered that our true divine natures in our true sensual sensorial world of seven senses have been hijacked and squished down into the big fat lie of 5 sense reality. Before we do get started, please give this video a thumbs up. Please help me out by commenting and sharing this video with your family and friends and community and with folks with whom you feel would benefit from my content. Please also hit the subscribe button and also select the notification bell and the all settings so that when I upload, the YouTube will let you know. I generally upload Tuesdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Eastern. My name is Maria West, and I am your hostess of the highest, here to download, upload, inspire, and usher you into your bestest and brightest light, your bestest and brightest selves, and inviting you all to open your hearts wider and wider and wider still. And here we are. This is episode 31 of our gathering of the heart-based new humanity, and in this video I want to continue our excavation of mind control and doing the great work, the great inner work of awakening to truth. And again, I'm going to do my very bestest to disseminate these bits into easy, digestible pieces. This is not easy work. Some of you wrote me to tell me how boring the great inner work is. Yeah, right. Tedious, yes. Boring, fuck off. I realize that some of this material is new for a lot of you and perhaps old hat. But please, I do mean it. Fuck off with your arrogance and your boredom as if you know it all. I am not here to entertain your bored self. So do go back to your Netflix or your porn or whatever the fuck else you need to get excited about to wake the fuck up. If our current collective aggregate reality is not fucked up enough for you to want to pull your head out of your ass and get over your stupid self and get on doing the great work, I got nothing for you, okay? So switch off. And I'm not here to insult the intelligence of those of you who are willing to burn in the fires of love, truth, and beauty, because that is what is absolutely fucking lutely required at this time. I want you all to learn to trust your superpower of intuition as powered up by your 6th chakra, your 3rd eye, okay? Because this is right here. It is the one key that enslaves all of humanity. I also want you to really pay attention to your superpower of gut feelings as powered up by your solar plexus chakra. This is right below your sternum, your power center, your 3rd chakra, so that you can know the difference as to when you're being manipulated and bullshitted. And those of you who cough, clear your throats a lot, or have sore throats, those of you who lose your voice or have voices that are kind of mousy or kind of unclear, or, struggling, pay attention to that. Truth is knocking on all our fucking doors, my friends. Okay? I am not here to kowtow to your sensitivities by dumbing down this information or infantilizing it in any way. You're a grown-up, you can handle it. In fact, dare I say, you're probably way stronger than you can ever fucking imagine, which is why the powers that want to be need weaponized woundology. That is, they need to weaponize our traumas and our hurts and pains in such a way that we're unable to let that shit go once and for all and go on and on and on and on and on and on and on with our stories of victimization and victim consciousness in order to try to control us so that we turn on one another in vengeance and retribution and seeking compensation. Don't fucking fall for it. Do the great inner work. Do the great work. And I invite everyone to get to know yourself. Get to know yourselves in the deep, in the real. The great work is more than passively sharing other people's memes and their content. All over the Facebook and the Instagram, and those of you on the Twitter who tweet, sorry, I do that all the time. All these memes, funny or not so funny, they're all being shared and making the rounds. This, for the most part, to me, is a good thing. However, there are way too many people who actually fucking believe that sharing these memes and other people's content, their videos, their writings, their blogs, their memes, their artwork is the extent to doing their own personal great work themselves. No. Pull your head out of your ass. That's a lie. Don't kid yourself. That's just monkey see, monkey do. Herd hurting the herd mentality. I don't care what it is. I wrote this on my social media the other day. It's very perplexing when I post something on my wall that requires one to click the link and either read the source document in its entirety, a lengthy one at that, or view a 2-hour-long video presentation in its entirety. Yet within 2 seconds, someone is rendering an opinion and or factoiding the fuck out of the post and reporting me. What the fuck? I don't need to fact check that stupid, okay? Even though much of it, and so much of it, is reactionary and fear-based. I get it. But that fucking shit, that's staggering, okay? You got to leave the herd, human people. You got to learn how to think for yourselves. The treachery of the ruling class psychopaths is in plain view. They're not even bothering to fucking hide their bullshit anymore because most of you won't even question them. Instead, you narc on folks like me who are. It's like folks become instant experts who know everything because of a fucking meme. Yet they've never actually gone down any fucking real-ass, dark, scary rabbit holes to do their own due diligence and actually read the source documents, which is important in doing any kind of research or actually watching an important, provocative presentation in its entirety whilst taking notes, and then ponder it, let it whirl around here, dropping it in, feeling it in your heart, feeling it in your body, and then following up, okay, by actually doing searches for presentations that contradict it, for instance, or following up on the various money trails to get a composite picture as to who, what, where, how long, and why the various sides are doing what they're doing. Who's gaining financially? Because, my friends, the answers are often in who's making an obscene profit or who's funding the project and at whose expense. I suggest everyone get friendly with the DuckDuckGo search engine to look up words and abbreviations and initials and anagrams and all kinds of shit that you're clueless about, not to mention all of the historical events and documents. It's sad to me that most folks cannot do simple fucking math and won't. Most folks have no idea how easy it is to trick the general public with statistics and fancy graphs to blow up certain numbers out of their proper contexts and how these strategies of the powers that want to be, along with their herding enforcers, purposely manipulate these stats just to trigger fear and panic so they can vampirize and snack on whatever's left of your life force. This is chaos black magic, my loves. For most people, it's just easy to narc on you or people like me, especially if the cognitive dissonance is so fucking great that facing up to the delusions and integrating these polarities would render a nervous breakdown, which is actually a normal phase of getting woke, my friends. But most get so fucking freaked out, they would rather get drunk or stoned or zone out on technology or run away, refusing to have a good look at their bullshit. But they will, however, automatically align with memes or experts that have the most likes and shares without even examining the material from all viewpoints, and then render an opinion after that. What makes me sadder is that, in truth, these folks who have not done one bit of the great work for themselves, let alone for humanity, probably never will. It's so true how folks who share other people's memes have never created their own content, let alone sign their real names to something that matters. Think that the extent of doing the great work is exactly this, sharing memes. Okay, newsflash, it's not. But I am confident that most of you here are, as I said earlier, grown-ups, and you can handle the cognitive dissonance that will arise because this is natural. It's a huge part of this great awakening. So I know I've been ranting. I'm sorry. Not sorry. I'm not sorry. I went totally off my notes here. I'm so sorry, but I'm not sorry. Shall I say it again? Sorry, not sorry. Okay, let's have another look at the journaling and burning squares polarity exercises. I will link that video number 29 up there at our closing so you can go back to it. So here are the general directions, my love. So what you're going to be doing, you're going to be using one piece of paper per heading. And then you're going to write down the title of each heading on the top of the sheet. Under each heading, you're going to write down everything that comes to mind, and you're going to write until you feel complete. I don't want you to censor or second guess. Don't be concerned with spelling or grammar. Just let it flow in one word or multiple word phrases, stream of consciousness style. You may fill up a page or 2 or 3 or 4. Allow whatever unfolds. And then move on to the next heading and repeat the same process. You're going to discover something very interesting when you take a literal word dump onto these pages under these headings. And once you've completed the square's polarities, there are going to be 4 headings for each square. With your right hand on your heart and your left hand on your belly, you're going to recite this blessing prayer, asking for the integration of all that you've written. Okay? We're going to be integrating the divide and conquer up here and within here and in our bodies. Okay? So the prayer goes like this. Mother, Father, God, Essence, Great Spirit, all that is. I recognize these polarized states that exist in my mind and ego patterning. I offer them up and ask that they be merged into a place of oneness and clarity so that I may see more clearly who I really am, so that I may live my highest truth. I ask this with gratitude, knowing that my prayer has already been answered, and so it is. All right, my love. So in the description box, I'm going to have the squares exercises. I will have them listed one by one. So set number 1. We're going to do, how many do I have here? I've got 8. Yes, 8. So this is your homework. Set number 1. Heading number 1. Desire to do the great work. Heading number 2. Fear of doing the great work. Heading number 3, desire to not do the great work. Heading number 4, fear of not doing the great work. Okay, set number 2. Heading number 1, desire to free my mind. Heading number 2, fear of freeing my mind. Heading number 3, desire to not free my mind. Heading number 4, fear of not freeing my mind. All right, set number 3. Heading number 1, desire to be ignorant. Heading number 2, fear of being ignorant. Heading number 3, desire to not be ignorant. Heading number 4, fear of not being ignorant. Okay, set number 4. Heading number 1, desire to be self-responsible. Heading number 2, fear of being self-responsible. Heading number 3, desire to not be self-responsible. Heading number 4, fear of not being self-responsible. Okay, set number 5. Heading number 1, desire to be judgmental. Heading number 2, fear of being judgmental. Heading number 3, desire to not be judgmental. Heading number 4, fear of not being judgmental. All right, set number 6. Heading number 1, desire to be judged. Heading number 2, fear of being judged. Heading number 3, desire to not be judged. Heading number 4, fear of not being judged. Set number 7, desire to judge my neighbor. Heading number 2, fear of judging my neighbor. Heading number 3, desire to not judge my neighbor. And heading number 4, fear of not judging my neighbor. Set number 8, heading number 1, desire to have my neighbor judge me. Heading number 2, fear of having my neighbor judge me. Heading number 3, desire to not have my neighbor judge me. Heading number 4, fear of not having my neighbor judge me. All right, those are the square sets. There's 8 of them. I will have them down in the description box. Activate your superpowers of creativity and curiosity, my love, by practicing these polarity exercises. And also feel free to make up your own squares and polarities following the instructions. As with all journaling exercises, once you feel complete, do discard them, shred them, or burn them so that your work is integrated much more completely and internally. Someone emailed me and queried about whether or not you could use a journal book to do these exercises. The answer is, of course, sure. Just don't keep the shit lying around for you to review later on. When you come to the end of a journal book, burn it in its entirety. Okay, my loves, that is my speech, all right? Do give this video a thumbs up, comment about your experiences, and share this video with your communities, your friends, your family members, with whom you feel would benefit from this content. Please hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell, selecting the all settings so that the YouTube will let you know when I upload next. And if you find value, enjoy, or benefit from my videos, won't you please consider supporting my work through a donation? My PayPal link is right below, as is my contact information, as well as where you can email me with any questions. Do give me a few days to respond. You can also query about how to work with me one-on-one or train with me and learn direct from me how to become a force of cosmic nature to be reckoned with as a trauma-based mind control deactivator. Yep, you can learn my work of the last 3 decades. You can also find out how you can receive a free download of the first edition of my book, Effed Wide Open, The Rude Awakening of the Heart-Based New Humanity, or support me directly by purchasing one of the editions of my books. The links are below, the Amazon links. Also, with my social media links, you can follow me there. I thank you so much for your participation and for your focused attention. I really do appreciate it. Until next time, be the love that you are. Share your love. Be creative, be kind. Notice the love, truth, and beauty that already surrounds you and give thanks and appreciation and receive those in return. Here's to love, truth, and beauty. Mwah!